Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the series Coding in R with ChatGPT. Today we're going to be covering the simplest data structure in R known as a vector. So vector is simply a series of numbers. It could be the series known as 1, 2, 3, right? So the series of numbers. It could be a series of texts, so like hi, hello, and so on. It could be like, for the first multiple choice question, you put in true, you put in false for the next one, and then you put in true after that. So vectors are simply a series of numbers, texts, or logical values. It could, in R, you could even do true, false, true, like that. And so we use vectors all the time in psychological research. And so how you denote vectors in R are using the C function. So C, to denote a vector 1, 2, 3, and then you enter, and then you can see that the vector is represented there. So then we can assign this to a variable. So let x be 1, 2, 3, let y be 1, 1, 3, and then we could do x plus y, where we're starting to do vector addition here, and then it adds the elements of both vectors. So you can see the first element of x is added with the second element, or the first element of y. That's 2. And then 2 plus 1 is 3, and those are the second elements of each vector. And then 3 plus 3 is 6, the third elements of each vector. So here's some practice problems that we can do. We can let A equals 2, 4, 6. B equals 1, 3, 5. A plus B is 3, 7, and 11. If we want to extract an element of A, so let's say we have the vector A and we want to know the second score in A, we can use these square brackets here, and then we can do A2, and then that gives us the second element of A. Similarly, A3 yields 6, right? Let's go on to the next problem here. We have create a vector of reaction times. So RT is equal to C, 200, 300, 275. If we want to, for example, create like double RT, then we can do 2 times RT, and then that creates double RT, 400, 600, 550. If we have a vector V, where it's 10, 20, 30, 40, and then we want to add the first and the fourth element, we can do V1 plus V4. And then that's 50. So here we got 2 more psychology problems. Represent participant scores as scores, and then compute the average. So we have scores is equal to C, 85, 90, 95. And then we have, we want to calculate the mean scores, 90. So if we had 3 people taking a midterm and then they scored 85, 90, 95, we could represent their scores like this as a vector, and then we compute the average using the mean function, and then we can know that the average is 90. So let's create a vector called conditions is equal to C control treatment 1 treatment 2. So we know that these are the 3 conditions, and we want to know the second condition in this vector, so conditions 2, and that's treatment 1. And that is a brief overview of what vectors are and how to manipulate and access elements of different vectors, and how we can even not multiply, but add 2 vectors together.